Welcome into Minnesota Vikings Now. I am Tom Downey. The first round of the 2022 NFL Draft is in the books, so we're going to grade what the Vikings did. Not a straightforward grade since there was a trade, and the guy the Vikings, I think, desperately wanted wasn't there for them. So we'll start with what I think set the scene for their surprise trade with a division rival, mind you, in round one. Derek Stingley, who I really thought had a good chance of being there for Minnesota, unfortunately didn't even come close to getting to the Vikings pick in round one. He went number 3 overall to the Houston Texans as they took their corner. The Vikings also missed out on Sauce Gardner. Kyle Hamilton was on the board. I would have been totally down drafting him. They did not. Instead, here come the Detroit Lions up from 32, offering their second and their third in exchange for their own the Vikings' first-round pick and their second. So the Vikings move down 20 spots in round one, move up 12 spots in the second, and acquire the 66th overall pick. So the value actually does favor the Lions a little bit, not by a lot from that standpoint, but it was a significant move down from Minnesota. Where we break down the pick of Lewis Cine, what is your one-word reaction to the trade? Big? Steep in terms of like the plummet that they took in round one? It was a pretty significant trade. So let me know your one-word reaction to the trade in the comments section. Let's grade the pick here of Lewis Cine, the Georgia safety who goes number 32 overall to the Minnesota Vikings with the final pick in the first round of this year's draft. Cine, I actually had as my 34th overall player. So we're talking right in that range. I had Jalen Petrie one spot above him, but like value-wise, need-wise, safety being a big one, that certainly makes sense. Plus, the Vikings will have an early second-round pick upcoming here tomorrow, or maybe this morning, this evening, depending on when you're watching this video. My athletic comp for Lewis Cine, Justin Reed. I think the play style also fits pretty well. He can play in the box. He's a tackler, although he does get a little bit too reckless sometimes at points, but he is down to throw that body around. Mainly a free safety at Georgia, and there were not a ton of pure free safeties in this year's draft. Not afraid to hit. I like him better in zone as a defensive than man-to-man coverage there, but he's a great athlete. Straight line more so than agilities. I'll explain what I mean by that later on. But I like the pick. It's a good one by the Minnesota Vikings. So I want you guys right now to grade the pick of Lewis Cine to the Minnesota Vikings. A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know in the comments how you feel about the Vikings' round one pick of Lewis Cine, safety from Georgia. I'm going to give this one an A-. Now, I am factoring in, to an extent, the minor boost from the trade. I love trading down. I love having multiple throws at the dartboard in what is a bit of a crapshoot. This will be factored into my final 7-round grade for the Minnesota Vikings, but I like this pick of Cine. He's a good football player, fills a need, good value, B+, A-, whatever spot you want to give it. I like some. So let's start with the positives here of Lewis Cine. Good size for a safety, 6'2 and a quarter, 199 pounds, 32-inch arms, 9 pass breakups this year. Not a ton of interceptions, only 2 careers. That's a negative, I guess. But he has good range, speed, and instincts. Check off those boxes. So if you need someone to play true single-high cover one style, Lewis Cine can handle that role for you. There is almost a reckless disregard for his body, which might be a bit of a negative as well. He is very down to throw his body around and hit in a big-time way. His athletic testing was elite, 4.37 40-yard dash. I don't think it was quite that impressive on the film, but it was still pretty damn good. Now, he did skip the agilities, and that was because he wasn't going to test as well. Not bad, but I think he's a bit more of a straight-line guy than he is that true, like, really fluid player. That's a big reason why, of course, he fell to 32 overall. But this is a damn good football player. Second-round grade at 32. You were going to get a second-round grade as far as I'm concerned. More coming up on Lewis Cine, But first, I am once again asking you to subscribe to us here at Minnesota Vikings Now. We are less than 500 subscribers away from the 4,000 mark. So if you haven't already, go subscribe. YouTube.com/Vikings today is the URL. Safety for me on my needs list for Minnesota was one of the top ones left. Xavier Woods leaves in free agency. I did want to see what Cam Bynum can do. It's okay. Lewis Cine is going to be a good football player for you. A little bit stiff. Don't love him man-to-man. He's a good fit, though, with Harrison Smith, as it's the Smith and Cine duo. Cine Smith, maybe we can come up with a clever nickname for those two guys. Corner is still a big red flag for me, and there is still work to be done for the Minnesota Vikings. The good news is, in part because of this trade down by the organization, they've still got plenty of good players on the board. And we will break down whatever the Vikings do live as it happens on the Chat Sports YouTube channel. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. We'll put the link in the comment section and in the description. Can break it all down and keep you guys covered with exactly what's going on with each and every single pick. And if you're a Vikings fan, which of course you guys are, you don't have to wait long for the Vikings pick in round 2. 34 overall. That is where their next selection is coming. They are going to pick 32 and then 34, and there are good corners on the board. I've got 3 guys in my top 40 who are still on the clock for you in Roger McCreary out of Auburn, who I think might be more of a nickel corner for some with his arm length issues. Andrew Booth, my number 28 overall player, and Kyler Gordon, yes, 38th overall, all second-round grades. I love Marcus Jones. He's a third-round grade for me, though I'm higher on him than anyone else, so you're not going to take him there, I don't think. You get one of those 3 guys, I'm feeling damn good about what the Vikings did early with 2 third-round picks, I believe, still coming up here. Again, folks, if you haven't already, I am once again asking you guys to subscribe to us here at Minnesota Vikings Now. We're going to keep giving you guys free videos, but it is a meritocracy, which means that if you want more videos, you have to subscribe because there's a competition going on here. YouTube.com/Vikings today. So entering day 2, which at this point, we're in day 2. I'll see you guys bright and early in the morning. What is the Vikings' single biggest need? Is it corner, or do you think it's a different spot? Sound off for me in the comments section.